Hello, everybody. Pastor Jeff here with the Word on Wednesday, recording from my backyard this week. It's a beautiful day here on Whidbey Island, to be sure. The reading I want to share with you is from Romans. We're done now with those series of readings from 1 Peter. This is the second reading for the Vigil of Pentecost leading up to Pentecost Sunday. It comes from Romans chapter 8, and I'm going to start in the middle of the passage at verse 22. Paul writes, "We know that the whole creation has been groaning in labor pains until now. And not only the creation, but we ourselves, who have the first fruits of the Spirit, groan inwardly while we wait for adoption, the redemption of our bodies. For in hope we were saved. Now hope that is seen is not hope, for who hopes for what is seen? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know how to pray as we ought. But that very Spirit intercedes with sighs too deep for words. And God, who searches the heart, knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Well, we've been doing a lot of hoping and a lot of waiting these days. We have been hoping to get to the next phase in our state's reopening plan, and here we are now. We're hoping to be able to get back to those restaurants that we love and keep them going, keep them open. I am hoping to get an appointment for a haircut next week. I think a lot of us are excited about that. We are hoping for those of us who have high school students anyway, we're hoping that maybe some kind of in-person graduation might yet be possible. We are hoping that eventually we'll be able to be together again in the sanctuary for worship before too terribly much longer. It's still going to be a while, so don't get your hopes up. But we hope, right? We're hoping for that to happen eventually. We are hoping that there will be some more treatments developed. We're hoping for a vaccine so that we can put all of this pandemic business behind us. So we're hoping for an awful lot, right? And in the meantime, we wait. A lot of hoping, a lot of waiting. Now notice how I've been using the word hope in this reflection so far. I've been using it in the way that it's commonly used in English to express kind of a wish. We use the word hope a lot of times in English to express a desire for something that we hope will come true, right? But in Scripture, the word hope means something much more, something deeper. In the Bible, the word hope means a confident trust. St. Paul writes that the whole creation has been groaning in labor pains. He says that we ourselves have been groaning inwardly while we wait. What a timely passage that is, right? The whole creation is groaning as this virus continues to make its way around the globe. It seems like it's starting to peter off here in most places in the United States, thanks be to God, but it is raging in other parts of the country. South America seems to be the place that's getting particularly hard hit these days. So the whole creation continues to groan. We ourselves groan inwardly with fear and with frustration and with loneliness and with longing, such longing that some measure of normalcy will be ours once again here soon. Paul goes on to talk about the hope that we have. In hope we were saved, Paul writes. And again, this hope is not a mere wish. This hope is a confident trust. Well, we might ask, a confident trust in what? It's a confident trust in the new life that Christ is bringing us. There's that labor pain language, this new life that Christ through the Spirit is birthing in us and in the world. It's a confident trust that our adoption as children of God will one day be complete. It is a confident trust in the redemption of our bodies, that day when we will finally be freed at last from the ravages of age and disease and even viruses. This isn't here yet, of course, and so we wait. But in the meantime, we live in hope. Hope not as a mere wish, but hope as a confident trust in God's promises. Knowing that even now, even as we wait, even as we live in hope, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, interceding for us with sighs too deep for words. Thanks be to God. Amen.